Yeah, and as always, the recording will be posted to the YouTube channel, and it will be unlisted, only available to those in this class. Okay, let's go.
So yeah, where we left off last time is basically we have our shopping app with our label and everything. And when you press this little plus button, you can add an element to our shopping list. It'll all be displayed here. And last class, we made it so that instead of showing like all of the information about the item, it just shows the name of the item. All right. So before it was like really ugly, showing you the store and the price together. Right, and then at the very bottom here, we made it so this total price label actually works now, and it updates to show the total price of all of the elements in your list. All right, so for the beginning of this class, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and debug all of your programs, because I think some of you guys weren't able to get it completely working last class. So if you did not get it fully working right now, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. You can go ahead and share yours, and we can try to debug it real quick. All right, so Adil is now sharing his screen. So what part of your app did not work, Adil?
I calculated, so everything was working fine, but then when I added in the blocks to calculate the total price, it just stopped working.
It stopped working. So the total price part does not work.
No, everything is working now.
Everything doesn't work, or everything works?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work after you added the part that gets the total price. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna try one thing. It's possible this may be the problem, but we'll take a look. Can I? Yeah. Okay. Can you?
Yeah.
Can you accept that? Okay. So what I think the problem is you accidentally put a word into the price somewhere. Adele, can you click dismiss for me? It's not letting me.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. So what I'm going to add, am I even controlling your screen? Okay, I'm not actually controlling your screen, so I'm going to have to just guide you through this. Can you go on the left side and go to the Cloud DB area? All right, and now can you take that and pull out the one that says call clear tag, purple, lower down, second one. Yeah, there you go. Okay, put that at the, put it right above, put it as the first thing inside initialize. Initialize, this is the one on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, and now for the tag, put shopping list. So you can copy that. There you go. Okay, now click connect. Top
Already connected.
Yeah, I know, but just click connect.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's fine. Click connect and click refresh companion screen. Okay, and now go back to the initialize thing and delete that. Under initialized, no, go back. Where are you?
This was the
Okay,
page.
no, now, okay, now in here, can you click connect and then refresh screen? Okay, and now just delete that clear tag part. Okay, now try it one more time, add a new item, but make sure you're putting just numbers, no dollar signs or anything into the item slot.
Okay.
Okay, and then let's see if it gives you a proper.
When you give the Q code, you also can try, right? So.
We'll see. Let's just.
Still doesn't work.
Cannot accept plus for Nutella. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. Here's the problem. Can you dismiss that? Okay. Do you see how inside that for loop that says calculate total price, you're looking under? No. Go to the right.
Here?
Right. Yeah, that. Go to the part on the very right that says get value for key. Now you're not supposed to be adding together all of the names. You want to add together the prices. So switch name for whatever tag you use for price. You can just like click. No. Just put the tag back, but you just change the text inside it.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It might be price. Can you go to your screen where you add items?
Or add items.
Yeah, for you it's called price. So now try that again. Hopefully that should work because before you were adding together all of the names, which obviously does not work. Wait, did you change it? It doesn't look like it changed. No. Go back to calculate total price.
No.
Do you have two different?
Wait, no, it didn't.
Yeah, here. Price. Do you have two different screens?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I think.
Do they have
So,
all the same stuff?
no, this one has price.
Why do you have two screens with the same stuff?
Because I was messing around.
Okay, anyway, you can try to fix that, but this should work now, right? Did it work?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, awesome. All right, who is next? All right, Asi, you can share your screen.
And the rest of you guys, if you have also problems, just watch how his team is troubleshooting, right? This is all valid.
It just didn't show my price or my.
Doesn't show the price. Okay, let me. Okay.
Here.
Okay, so you're saying it doesn't show the price on your screen. Okay, so
Here.
that's fine. So you calculate total price and then you set price label to get total price. Okay, that makes sense.
Like the first time you do it shows the price, but then the second time it doesn't.
Second time you do it doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Let me try it.
Okay, nice.
What happened to me?
Okay, let me connect to it. $13. Let's try to add another one.
Error.
Yes. Whenever I come back to the screen, your entire screen like turns black. And I don't know why. Hold up. Okay, yeah, so it does work. It's just whenever you go to that screen and come back, it like turns black. Let me see something. Oh, okay. Well, that works. Okay, yeah, I see it works now.
Okay.
So what was it, Tim?
Everything was working fine, but when she switched to one screen and back, her background color switched, which made it so you couldn't see any of the text.
The background
Just
color.
Switch the background color on the other screen. Okay,
Interesting.
I will disconnect now. Okay, who else needs debugging?
Jaden.
Jaden's asking for help.
Jaden? All right, Jaden, go ahead. And
Okay, Jaden, I think we're debugging his through the file that he sends, right?
we'll just see. Let's see if you can explain what's happening.
Okay. Go ahead, Jaden.
Add an item. It says
it says on screen 1 the component list view cannot be found and it doesn't add on to the list.
It doesn't add on to the list. Okay, the component list view not being found is like a little bug that most of us have, which actually doesn't really affect it much. But
Okay.
for the not component not adding, or for when you add items, it doesn't add. That's a problem.
And not just that, the price doesn't add as well.
The price doesn't add up also. Okay, yeah, in that case, I guess we probably need to see the code. So Jaden, do you remember how we exported your code last week?
No.
No? Okay, I'll show you on my screen. Okay, so from here, go ahead and click My Projects and
Yeah.
export selected project.aia to my computer.
Export selected project AIA.
Yeah. So go ahead and click on that, and then take that file and you can send it to the email you sent it to last time. It's probably saved.
I need to go into Gmail first. Compose link to. I'm just gonna do the same one.
Okay, so Jaden, while you're sending that, I'll try to debug Azima's real quick. Azima, could you share your screen?
Okay.
There.
Here. And then all I have to do is click, and then
Okay, so Azima, you are just missing a little chunk of code here.
Yeah.
Okay.
there. Send.
So, okay, you sent it to me. I'll take a look. I will forward it to someone who will take a look. Okay, so Azima, for yours, you're just missing the part that actually calculates the total price. Is that the only problem you had? Just the total price calculate?
No, also, like whenever I was putting my items into the list, it would not show.
It would also not show when you put items in the list.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
For
worse.
me. Same for me.
You also don't have items showing up?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Okay, so as team debugs, actually, just see if that's relevant to you, right?
Okay, first thing I'll do is I'll try to fix the calculate total price thing. Let's see if I can do anything there.
Can you please comment him as you go?
Just right now, I'm just copying down the exact same code that I had.
Oh.
Okay, Emily, I'm gonna forward you Jaden's code if you can take a look.
Okay.
Can you not find the problem?
I'm not looking at it right now.
Oh, can you send me another screenshot? Because I think that my code and your code aren't the same.
Okay.
And I can't test my code.
Yes, give me a sec. Okay, use Shopity list here. Let's take a look at the other screen. Okay, wait, Azima, can you start sharing your screen again? I think it's like lagging out. Oh, I think Azima just completely disconnected. Okay. Oh no, Azima's there. Hello? Azima, can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Azima. Oh, okay, Azima, is she gone?
Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Did anyone else need debugging?
Me.
Aisha, can you go check on your oh, is she back? No, Aisha, can you go check on your
Okay.
sister? We'll
Gabe,
let you-
are you using the same computer right now as your code? Oh, you're muted.
What do you mean same computer?
Like for the Zoom call, are you on the same computer as you're programming on? No? Okay. In that case, can you just like point your device at your screen so I can like see your code? Okay, very nice. So what's the problem you're having? It's not adding to the list?
Yeah, when I add to the list, it doesn't calculate total price and it doesn't add anything to the list.
Okay. So in that case, can you go to the screen where you add items?
Yeah.
Okay. Now in here, when you're adding items, do you see the part that like says tag?
There's no tag in here.
No, like where it says append to item list and it says tag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The text inside that tag, can you make sure it's spelt and has the exact same like uppercase, lowercase letters as the tag on the other screen? So if you go to the other screen, where you retrieve it, so in like, yeah, everywhere where it says tag, is the tag exactly the same?
Yeah.
You sure there's not like an extra P or something somewhere?
Let me see. Shopping list. Yeah.
Okay, let me make your video bigger so I can see it. Wait, go back to the other screen.
We can take screenshots as he shows.
Okay, so you're saying it's not showing any items. Okay, go back to the other list again. Let's take a look. Or the other program. Okay, now here. Okay, you have a couple errors. What's this get global item list to get items?
Here?
Hold up. No, I mean like there's a bunch of places where you just have errors or these little X's.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know what those X's are for yet, so let's try to figure it out. So it's really low res. I can't read any of the text on the variables. So I'm assuming this says set global item list too, right?
Yeah, I can probably zoom in.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Set global item list to get value. Okay, can you hover over to the X and read what it says? Or click on it. Click on the X. Oh. Wait, click out? Like, click somewhere else? So it just disappeared.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay. Okay. Wait, let me compare this to my code.
Did that fix the problem? Maybe that was a problem.
I don't know. Okay. Can you go over to where it says calculate total? Okay, calculate total looks fine. All right. Can you go to where it says convert to name list? Okay, so when you run your list, does anything show up or is it completely blank?
Completely blank.
Completely blank. Can you go back to your designer for a second? Okay, can you click on the list view? Or the list thing? All right. Can you set the height to fill parent?
Okay.
I don't know if that'll do it, but let's see. Can you actually set up the QR code? Let me try to scan it. Let's see if it actually scans. It does. Awesome. Okay, so if I add something, let's try something. Cheese. Okay, when you click add to list, it doesn't do anything. Okay, can you show me the code for the screen? That's really weird. Let me see this code again. Oh, okay, maybe that's it. Where you have your initialize, you need to add in a code that says call clouddb.getValue, which is what you're missing. No. That you have that, but you need to do a call. Let me stop your screen share.
Oh.
Yeah, no, not that one. So can you go to the side and find where it says clouddb? Okay, and then get value. No, move down a little bit. It's like in the middle, a little lower. Get value. There you go. Pop that one in. First thing under screen1.initialize, not click.
Oops.
Yeah, there you go. You need something under add button.click. Yeah. So take that thing that says open another screen and put it under add button.click because that's not supposed to be there. No. You do you see the thing that says open another screen?
Oh.
Items. Yeah, that's supposed to be under add button. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and then just completely delete that green thing. We don't need that. Okay, now here, for get value, set the tag to the same as you have your tag everywhere else. Value, if not there, set it to empty list.
What? And set this to what?
And value, if not there, is go under list and get like create empty list. There you go. Okay, and now can you click connect and then refresh companion screen? Hey, I think it works. Okay, now for the total price, you have a problem because I think under one of the prices you put a like a word or something. So can you go back to where your screen1.initialize was? Okay, there you go. Under there, can you go back to CloudDB on the side? Find CloudDB. Okay, scroll down and get clear tag. It's the second one, second purple option. Okay, pull that out, put it as the first one, first thing. All right, and I just copy the shopping list tag and put it in. Okay, click connect.
Oops.
Click connect, and then refresh companion screen. Awesome, and now just delete that clear tag thing. Make sure not to accidentally delete the bottom block. No, oh yeah, okay, we're good. Awesome. And now, let me actually try this. Sorry, I'm just trying stuff. Okay, yeah, it works. Awesome. This list error, it's fine. It does it and then it works, so it's fine. Looks like it works now. So I will move this up now. Okay, who else need help? Does anyone else need help?
Jaden still needs help, right?
Emily? Oh, you need the code.
Yeah.
I've been looking through Jaden's code, and so far it's the same as what I have.
Okay, I sent the code image to the Zoom chat.
Okay.
We need to get Emily Android phone so she can test it, right?
I know, this is ridiculous.
Does anyone else have errors or anything else needing fixing? Aisha, do you want to share your screen? Okay. So yeah, it looks like you just have that same problem. Let me. Okay. Okay, so let's go under initialize. Aisha, can you connect your phone? Okay. No, just give me a sec. Yeah, on screen one, let's. Okay. Now try to add an item. Make sure for the price you only put a number. Okay, that's fine. But just does it show the list and price?
Samantha, did you send to Emily the screenshots?
What do you mean no?
Can you maybe send me two of those? Maybe I can help too.
Okay, hold up. Let me try this again. Okay, don't connect. Let me connect.
Like what it does for me, it would show the product, but it won't show the price.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, give me a sec.
Okay, Jaden. Jaden, did you pull up the blocks file that Tim posted?
In the chat.
Yeah. So if you
so-
look through, you have a couple differences in a couple
I
of
don't
your
see it.
functions. So
I only see the Gmail.
the Gmail.
Here in the
Oh
chat, Jaden.
no, you
Yeah,
see the
there you
Zoom
go.
chat.
Aisha, yours works now.
Okay.
You see on Zoom, there's a little chat box. If you press on the chat box, Tim
Should
sent
I
a
stop
block
share?
screenshot. Jaden?
Quick reset connection.
So more, and then chat.
Yeah, so chat. And then in the chat, Tim sent a blocks image. You have a couple differences in your Cloud DB.
I don't see it.
What do you see in chat?
I see me saying I need debugging, and then Aisha saying I need debugging too. Tim
And then what's next?
tim.grubski@gmail.com. Azima said I need debugging.
Yeah?
Aisha
Then?
said I need debugging. I need debugging. I do. And then I
So
said
just skip the image.
And then Azima right now
doesn't
just
see
said
the
I
image.
Okay, Jaden, I'm gonna email you the image.
Okay.
Tim, can you just pull his file and I think you've done with debugging everyone else. Just help him, please, okay? Pull his file,
Sure.
open it on the screen. Let's just look
Yeah,
together.
he has a couple differences in his got value. He doesn't have the set whatever to,
Okay, but
whatever
yeah,
at the
he's still
end.
gonna have to do it on his end too. So
I mean, you could just send him back the file.
that's true.
Try that.
I haven't actually downloaded it yet. Hold up. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's a bit complicated, Jaden, with two screens there, but you're a smart boy, so we'll figure it out. Don't worry. So once Tim pulls it up, we'll open it on the screen, and he'll tell you what's wrong and try to fix it on your end, Jaden. Okay?
Okay.
Let's try that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in blocks, is clouddb.getValue,
Yes.
or sorry, dot value. Yeah, there you go. And then it's also missing a set block at the bottom.
That's probably it.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I could see. And then you got whatever was in his initialize, right?
Technically, that's not like a super problem. Like it won't actually.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with his code?
He was missing a set value.
No, when we run it, like.
Oh, I don't know.
What is it not doing?
Yeah, no idea. I can't run it.
Let's try run it.
Okay, so it looks like something might be wrong with this list view again.
I don't know.
Ah, that's interesting. It was like just fit on, but not actually in.
Ah, sneaky.
Let's try to refresh that. Oh, okay, well now it works.
There you go.
Okay, Jaden, so basically two things. You need to add this thing here that says price label.text to join total price, get total price. And you need to make sure this name list option is actually snapped in.
It is.
Are you sure? Can you like wiggle it
Yeah.
around and just make sure again?
Set get global name list. Got it in.
No, like here where it says for each item in list, get
Yeah.
global item list. No,
Okay.
it's yeah, it's supposed to say item list here, right?
Try
Just
to move the
disconnect it,
entire
disconnect it, and reconnect it just to make sure. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and now try again.
Okay. So connect AI companion. Connecting.
Jaden, is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So add item,
Uh-huh.
feed,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's the wrong button.
You got it.
Add to item list. Okay, add the name, but not the price.
Yeah. So for the price thing, you need to. Can you see this? Add this.
Okay, let me see. Bring back to Zoom.
This needs to go under got value, and actually data changed as well. But I think you had it under data changed, but not got value.
So
Oh yeah, I
can
didn't
you
have
copy
it on
paste
got
it then?
value.
Just copy paste it then.
Okay. There, now it's on. So connect, refresh companion screen, and add item. It still doesn't add on.
It still doesn't add on the
Yeah.
price.
Photo?
It doesn't.
Can you test it, Tim?
I can just send him this one. He can just try this.
Does it add on when you test it?
Oh yeah, when I do it, everything works fine.
Oh,
I'm just gonna export this and send him this, and he can take a look. Okay, Jaden, I'm gonna send you the updated version. All right. If you want, you can just import that into App Inventor and just use that one. It's basically
and
all your code. But
once you get it, Jaden, just let us know. We'll show how to import it, right?
Oh, Gmail. There. No subject. So. Oh, I had to download it. Download. So this, and then download. Why can I not open this?
you're not gonna be able to open it. So, Jaden.
Yeah.
So once, like in Gmail, once you download the shopping list item thing, all right.
Yeah.
It's going to be over here. You're gonna want to do one thing first. All right. You see how in brackets afterwards it's gonna say something like the number 2 or something? Does it say number 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you go to your downloads folder?
Okay.
Okay. And do you know how to rename files?
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to rename that file so that it doesn't have that number 2 at the end or any brackets or anything.
Does he need to delete the one that actually?
No, that's fine.
Number 2 means that he already has a file like that.
No, number 2 is because I sent it as a number 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then.
Okay, and now to look at my screen.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go in Inventor and you're gonna say my projects, import project AIA from my computer. And then here you're gonna go choose file, and you can either just drag it in, or you can like, click choose file and then go find it.
From my import projects from my computer. Choose file.
Okay, find it and then click OK.
Shopping list. Jaden.aia. Open. Okay.
So Tim, but because he downloaded his own AI file so many times in download folder, like is it possible?
I renamed it to something else. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
So this should work now, right?
It should, yes.
Okay, so refresh companion screen, go to here. So, add item, name of product. Oh God.
Okay, and everyone else, guys, it's 11:50, so let's take 7 minutes break and get back here at 11:55 so that we can actually start something new, okay? So get a washroom break, get a coffee, tea, or whatever you guys drinking here, water.
The same problem is happening.
Okay. So we'll see you at 11:55.
The same problem is happening. It adds on the item, but not the price.
What? It worked for me. When you add the price, did you put a dollar sign in?
You imported the right file?
That's what my worry too, yeah.
Okay, so my projects, and then from my computer.
But can you point your iPad to the screen so we can see what you see on the screen?
So I did the one with no bracket, and so I did this one.
What is it called?
It's easier to look at his screen and just do the same fixes there, right?
Jaden, what was it called?
It is called shoplistjaden.aia.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one I sent him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you imported that, right?
Yes.
Okay, can you go to MIT App Inventor and make sure you actually opened it though?
Okay, so
shoplist. No. Once you import it once, you don't have to import it again. So now you can just go to my projects, and it'll appear over here. So see, look, shoplist Jaden. Here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and now from here, can you disconnect your companion and reconnect your companion, just in case?
So reset connection.
Jaden, make sure when you're adding stuff, you're not accidentally adding items with like
dollar sign or something, yeah. Yeah, because we don't do the check sanitation, data sanitation, so you have to make sure you're entering numbers, right?
Rada,
Yes?
are we not going to the FLL next year?
We don't know yet, honey. We'll see how it goes, right? They say the second wave is coming, and now they say children are affected, so we have to find a creative way if we do.
Your thing is still here.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe they'll find a vaccine by then.
Okay, so now add item. They just kicked me out.
Or just kicked you out?
Yeah. I'm gonna try this one again.
Jaden, only other thing I can think of to see if I can help you with that. Over here, where you have screen one, can you look at my screen for a sec?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you see this block here that says screen one.initialize?
Yeah.
Okay. What I want you to do is I want you firstly connect to your phone. All right. Then go CloudDB and pull out this clear tag block, and then
Okay.
clear shopping list. Okay. I want you to click connect, refresh companion screen, and then delete this, and then add new items. All right, that'll clear everything.
Okay. So,
Yeah, let's do it together.
AI companion, and then other thing is scan the QR code this time. There. And then, so back to list, and so I add so DB, and then the second one, put that right there, put that over there, refresh, and then get rid of that one, and then add item.
Yeah, and now, yeah, just go click add item, the plus button, and just add in a new item. For the price, make sure it's just a number, okay?
I know.
All right.
Can you put like the symbols?
No, no symbols, no dollar sign, just a number.
Okay, but can you put like decimals?
Decimals? Yes, I think so.
Okay, let me try. Add to item list. Yeah, it worked.
Awesome, there you go.
Finally.
Nice, awesome. And it's 11:54. You still have 1 minute for the washroom break.
Okay, Azima still needs help. So Azima, can you share your screen?
Right.
Okay.
I'm getting rid of this clear button. Delete.
To put in the
20 more seconds. 15. 10.
All right. Go back to the code side.
5. 3.
Okay, I'm gonna try sharing your screen. Try remote controlling again, because I don't know what happened last time. Okay, so. Okay. Do you have a price label? Okay.
Board official server recently put out this announcement.
You want to try to connect for a sec?
you or me?
I'll try to connect. Oh, maybe that is a problem. Hmm.
So
Awesome.
what's the problem? What didn't
No,
work?
it works now. It's fine.
Okay, can you explain what you did and why it didn't?
On her other screen here, she was adding the store value under the key of price. So when she was adding prices together, she was adding superstores and stuff together.
Right.
It's not working.
Azima,
So
you
I
got
switched
that
those
part?
and then I cleared her list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Azima, you got that part?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Good. So yeah, I'm glad Tim was able to help to everyone. That's good. So shall we move on now to something else, Tim?
Yep.
Yes. Does anyone else have any questions? Nothing else? Everyone's good?
I'm good.
That is awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. In that case, let's talk about what other features we may want to add to our program, right? So as of the moment, for general functionality, what we have is we have a way to see everything that you want to buy. I'm not looking at mine. This is Jaden's. There's a way to see everything that you want to buy, right, on the shopping list, right, by the names, and you see the total price of everything, all right? Now, the final step that we may want to add, right, is make it so that you can click on any individual item and click like a little button that'll say like more info. All right, and then with that more info button, when you click it, it'll take the item that you have selected, it'll bring you to another screen, and it'll be like, oh, here is the price, the store that you can get it at, right? And here is the name of the item again, just for fun. All right. That'll be like the first thing that we want to add. And then if we have time, if not this week, we can do this next week. We can add in a way to show completed items. So for instance, let's say that you have 2 different stores that you want to buy from, right? And at one store, you want to go ahead and buy like, or let's say your parents are going out and they're shopping separately, right? And they want to know what they still need, right? So we need some way that you can mark off what is already bought and what still needs to be bought, right? So for instance, if you already bought the ice cream or the cheese, you can check it off, right? And then it still shows it there to show that you needed it, right? But it's like crossed out. And then potentially we could also come up with a way to just completely remove items altogether, so that, you know, for next week, if you want to do your shopping, you don't have to have like a populated list, a full list from last week with everything crossed out. Okay, so those are a couple things we could do, right? I don't think there's going to be much way for us to actually cross things out on the list. What we could do is we could just put like a little check mark next to it, or put like a little thing in brackets that says like already bought or completed. All right. But for the first thing that we're going to do today, at least, is we're going to try to get the more info button working. All right. So for this step, we actually do need a button that's going to allow us to request for more info, right? Or else we don't really have a way to do that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So we're going to need a button that's going to allow us to do that. So right now we don't have any buttons that we can use for this. So we're going to go to our front end and we're going to try to implement this. All right. For me, I'm going to try to put this button right here on the right side next to my total price icon here. Okay. For this, right, that you guys are already like front-end experts, but if you don't remember how to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a horizontal arrangement right here with the total price in it. It just happened. And next to it, I'm going to put a button. Okay, I'm going to make this fill parent widthways. Set the line horizontal to center. I'm going to set the height back to automatic. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. Now it'll actually fit. All right, and then I'm going to style my stuff a little bit. But basically, guys, your end goal is you want to have some kind of button here. All right.
What's the purpose of the button? We're
going to have it so that you can press the button, and whatever item you're hovering over, it will it'll go and bring you to like a more info screen. I'm also going to show you guys a new cool way to do this. You'll see something cool. It'll be very nice. Because for instance, this button, if you don't have something selected, right, you don't want to be able to click this button, right? But hopefully we'll actually be able to also make it so this button isn't even visible unless you have an item selected. Right, so that'll be something new, because before we always have buttons showing at all times. Yeah, Arig?
For the button not being visible, can we just do like when the data is changed in the Cloud DB, if the list is empty, if the list is empty, we can set the visibility to false.
Absolutely true, yeah.
That's one way to do it, but ideally what we'd be doing is we'd be trying to check if you have an item selected, right? Because you only want to be able to click this button if you have an item selected. It's not if there's like any items at all, right? Because if you don't have anything selected and you click this button, there's no way for it to know which item you wanted to kind of get more info about, right? All right, and then for the text on the button, I'm just going to make it say more info. All right, and this blue does look a little gross, so I'm going to try to fix this up a little. It's a little nicer. Okay, and I'm also going to make this so it looks a little nicer in the front end.
I have a question.
What is your question?
Can we do if is list view dot elements is empty but like reversed, then set button one dot visible to false?
So yeah,
else?
that is one way you could do it, right? You could just do an if statement to see if something is selected, make the button show up, right? But where would you put that if statement? Because
I guess in screen one initialize or.
But on initialize, it doesn't matter if you have it selected or not, right? You need it to be constantly running. Or there is one other way that we can.
I guess we can set a timer.
You could use a timer, but it's not good practice to have like a timer doing everything in your app.
Then can we do when like the CloudDB the data's changed in the
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna show you how we can do it in a sec. This way.
Can't you just make another screen?
So, wait, Adil, what'd you say?
Can't you just make another screen? Wait, so you know how in the beginning, when you originally made this, it had all the information and all that stuff?
Yes.
Can't you just make that screen again, and then won't it, in theory, just have all the information there?
Yes. We could.
There's always, guys, more than one way to do things, right? So, but some ways are more optimal and is best practice than the others, right? So right now, let's just make sure everyone got the front end done. So are we all good on the front end? So Tim can move to the blocks. Give us, please. Yes, I think Aisha has a question.
So for the more info, do we have to press on the item to get the info?
Okay, so how it's gonna work is it's gonna be like when you select an item in the list, right? It'll be selected, and then you press the more info button, and it will open more info. Because if you notice with the list, it is quite easy to accidentally click one. Another way we could do it is we could also just make it so as soon as you select an item from the list, it opens up the more info screen. But then, like, if you accidentally click it, you're gonna be annoyed, right? Especially if you're like shopping with clumsy hands, right?
And also, like, can we make one like can we delete like some items?
Yeah, so we're all gonna do that as well soon, okay?
Okay.
We have some steps we gotta go through.
Okay, so if you're done with the design and with the front end, I'm ready to move on to the blocks. Please give us yes. So we know, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Are we gonna be using like a after picking statement in list view?
Probably, yes. Okay. Yeah, so this next part that we're going to do is not necessarily like you don't have to do it, right, for it to work, but this is just going to be like a cool little aesthetic thing. So we're going to make it so this more info button only shows up as soon as we select an item, which conveniently...
Asya, how about you, honey? Are you done with the front end? Asya? Yeah, okay, good. Okay, I think we can move on, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, let's just go to the code then. So basically, what we want to do is we actually want this button to, by default, be disabled. All right. So if you click on the button, you'll see on the right side here under properties, there's an option here that says enabled. If you uncheck that, all right, it'll still be here, but I don't think it will actually show up when you, wait, I'm not looking at the right thing. Oh wait, okay, actually, never mind. Don't disable it. Go and uncheck the box that says visible. And now my text has disappeared, but I need to fix my horizontal arrangement for that. How much did I set it to? 8%? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so even without the button, I can just like, you can see just by checking and unchecking this visible thing, it'll go in and out of existence, right? But you want it to be unchecked for now, and we're gonna check it back in later. Yeah, Areg?
It doesn't let me click it.
I have an idea of how like we can like maybe give the information of like the item to the other screen, because I guess we can set the start value to the name of the item. Then can we get the cloud database and find it in the find the store and price of that item by its name?
Yeah, you'll see. It won't be too hard. You'll see. Okay, wait, Gabe, did you say you weren't able to check the visibility box?
Yeah, I can't uncheck it.
Is your button clicked? Like
I don't actually know why that would happen. Can you try to like click something else and then click on your button again?
Still doesn't work.
You can't check the visible box. Okay. In that case, just follow along with the back end. We'll try to fix that in a sec, okay?
Well, maybe he can show his screen. Maybe it's something easy. Can you show your screen?
It's upside down.
No, that's fine. That's right side up.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. Can you click on the buttons and can you move the camera so I can see your properties area?
Where is the camera? Oh, here.
Yeah, the other way. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so the checkbox that says visible, you can't click that?
Yeah.
Can you like try to click around it? Well, that's
It's not
fun.
working.
Can you just refresh your screen? Just click refresh on Chrome.
In the browser, yeah.
Yeah. I'll give it a sec to open again. And now I'll try clicking visibility. Select the button. Now click visibility.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, so we have our button hidden away. I'm going to rename this button to be called More Info. All right, just so I know what it does. Okay, and now let's go to blocks here, and let's try to actually get this making our button visible when we click one of the list items. All right, conveniently, the list view coding area here, right, has a property that says when list view one dot after picking do. Okay, so if we pull out this when list view one dot after picking, basically this will say as soon as you select one of the options on your list, the code in here will be run. Okay, and the reason we don't need to have like a after not picking, right, or after depicking, is because when you select an item on a list view, you can no longer unselect it. So you can only select another item, which for us works very well because that means we never want to hide our button again. We just want to show it once, which is quite convenient. So now basically all we're going to do is we're going to say when list view one dot after picking, and then in here we're going to go the more info button, scroll down to more info dot set more info dot visible to, and then this is going to be true. All right, that's all we need to do to get it to show up. Okay, let me actually test this to make sure I'm not lying to you guys. And make sure it works. Right, and then as soon as you select one of the list items, right, and we never have to make it unshow up. Okay, it does work, which is very cool. We never have to make it disappear anymore because once you select an item, there's actually no way to unselect an item.
Say that part again, Tim. When you select an item, there's no way to unselect it?
Yeah, so like when you select an item, it'll stay selected, and the only way to deselect it is to select another item. So you will always have, like when you first start the app, you have no item selected. After you select one item, there's no way to return to having no item selected. So we never have to hide the button, which is good for us.
Okay.
Once you add this code, one thing that you may want to look into, if under designer here, under a list view, you change selection color to none, now may be a good time to change that to something nice. All right, so I might make this a very subtle color. So I'm not going to make it like their default like gray. I'm just going to make it like a really gentle gray. All right, and now I'm going to refresh my companion and try to select some stuff.
Tim?
Well, that's not even visible, so I'm going to try that again.
Tim?
Yes?
When I select list view dot one, the list view dot one isn't it shows a warning.
It shows a warning?
Yeah.
Does it say it can't find the component list view?
Yeah.
Then that's a bug that everyone
Yeah, that's
has.
just the bug. It doesn't.
No.
Does it actually not work though?
Yeah.
Like completely?
Yeah.
Can you?
That's
Okay.
something else.
Share your screen.
Okay.
a duplicate event handler. You probably have 2 of them. Yeah, you have 2 of them. So do you see over to the left? Move your mouse
Yep.
left. Do you see that? Yeah, you're
Yep.
gonna have to pick one that you want to do, or just put both of them in. Do you really want to make it so that when you select an item, it opens up another screen?
Yeah, that's what I did earlier. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna take this out for now and just see if it works.
Okay. Wait, what is that when information dot click? Open another screen, boring information list stuff.
I think he's trying to add another screen, so he's doing something on his own.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, whenever you have that, it says duplicate event calendar. You can't have 2 whens, so you can only have 1. All right.
But it's good deal that you're experimenting. Good job. Yeah.
Okay. If you want, you can actually get creative with your selection color. You can make it like a nice color. I think it's silent. I don't know. They're all kind of weird. I'm gonna try to find one. Yeah, Areg.
I made a system so now when you select something and you click more info, the other screen will there's a text label that prints out your selection. So I basically set the start value to open the more info screen to like the list view selection. And then I set the label text to the start value.
Good job.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once we have this part in place, we're basically making it guaranteed that if you're pressing the more info button, you have 1 item selected, right? Because it wouldn't be visible unless you did. So we can just make it so that when we press the more info button, so when more info dot click, we're going to open another screen. Yeah, so we're going to go under control here. Open another screen with start value, all right? Because we need to actually pass that information to the other screen of what file or what current item we were selecting, right? So for screen name, we don't actually have a screen yet, but we'll create that later. And for start value, this is going to be list view dot selection. Here it is. Okay, as for the part with screen name here, I'm just going to put a value and then I'm going to create a new screen to match that value in a second. So I don't actually have a new screen yet, but I'm going to call this more info screen. Okay, because that seems like an appropriate name.
So now, when we're done, like getting the name, we need can we get more of the info from the dictionary?
Yeah, so I'll show you. We can basically find it from the list by its name, and then we will find all of its information like that too.
Oh no.
All right. Yeah. So I just created this little block here, right? That's going to say when I click the more info button, I want to open a more info screen with a the value from what I currently have selected by my list view. Okay. I hit that. There you go. But we need to actually create the screen because it doesn't exist yet. So I'm going to click add screen. And then here, I want to make sure it's spelled exactly the same way I wrote it here. So I want to say more info screen. And click OK. And this should take me away to a blank new land.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's do a little bit of testing for now, all right? Let's just try to make sure that when we get to the screen, it'll actually display some sort of value, all right? So for now, all I'm gonna do is place a label out here, okay? And then on this label, I'm not actually gonna do anything with it yet. Basically, I'm just gonna go to blocks, and we're gonna add a line that's gonna say set label one dot text. Well, I have to put this in something. I'll have to say on screen more info screen dot initialize set label one dot text to start value, get start value. There you go.
As always, if anyone needs help, if you have problems, let us know in the chat. Or just yell. Okay, it's 12:24 and we have about 30 minutes to go.
Okay, is everybody good with this step here? Yes, kind of, right? So on this end, all we have is one label, nothing complicated yet. And here we just have a when more info screen dot initialize. All right, we're gonna start with the back end here because I think this part is gonna be a little bit more complicated. Because trying to actually find, yeah, Areg, do you have something?
Wait, did I figure this out? So if I get the value shopping list from the cloud database with the same token, I think it was called, and then if I set like the store label to get value for key, and then I guess if I can do it I can find shopping list and then yeah, in dictionary of the shopping list.
Okay, so that would almost work, and I was thinking of that too. But the problem we have, let me actually write this out here. Actually, I'll get to that in 1 second. Just give me a second to explain what we're doing here. So yeah, guys, the problem Areg is just talking about right now is when we pass in the info from the other screen, all we're giving this screen is the name of the item we want. All right, this can have a couple problems. Firstly, we can have multiple items with the same name. Hopefully you don't, but we can. But also the bigger problem is we don't actually know the price or the store that you're buying this from by looking at the name of it. So we need to go to our database that we have, our Cloud DB, and figure out what item this is, which price, what store it's from, based off of the info we have here. All right. So let's take a look at how we can do this. The first thing we need to do is we need to actually have access to our Cloud DB, right? So let's go back to our front end, go under storage, and drag Cloud DB into our front end. All right, you're gonna leave everything else here the same. Shopping list app, regist board, regist server, everything good. Okay, but we do need to have it there just so we can use some of the commands, right, to get the list of items back from it. Okay. So once we have our CloudDB in our front end, we can go back here to the back end, and let's talk about how we're going to figure out the price and the store that you're going to buy these things from. So now I can actually get to the writing thing. So I'm going to write out how our list looks right now. So our like master list of all of the items in our shopping list, it's not actually a dictionary. What it is it's a list full of dictionaries, right? Because if you look at the physical structure, what we do is we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it's a list, right? But then under each number in the list, what we have is we have a dictionary telling us like price, $15, right? Name, cheese, right? And store,
Superstore.
Okay, right? So this gives us a couple problems, right? Because when we go to CloudDB, I'm doing weird things now. Okay, when we go to CloudDB and we say, please give me, like we can say something like get value, right? When I get the value from the list, right? That value is not actually going to be a dictionary. It's going to be a list full of dictionaries, right? And to find an item from that list by the name, it's going to be a little bit more tricky because I can't actually use any of these dictionary things. I can't do something like get value for key in dictionary or get value at key path or any of these guys, right? Because we're using a list. We're not actually using a dictionary. And this is going to make things a little bit weird for us. And actually, I just thought of a far better way that we could do this. Yeah, that might actually be the way to do this. I have a different idea. So the way we're doing it right now is we're passing in the name of our item, right? Which might not be the smartest way to do this because, right, firstly, what if you have multiple things with the same name, right? If I have 2 different cheeses, how do I know which cheese I selected, right? Maybe one cheese is from Safeway and one cheese is from Superstore and one cheese is like a $50 Supreme 18-year aged cheese and the other one is like sprinkled, right? And just by looking at the name, cheese, I can't tell that. So I need to know everything behind it, right? So what we're doing right now is we're just passing the name, all right? But what we forgot is that this list that we have actually has an order to it, all right? So every item in our list has a distinct position in the list, right? So our first item might be cheese. The second item is wheat. I don't know. Why are you buying wheat? The third one is flour. Fourth one is eggs, right? And regardless of if I have a cheese in first place and a cheese in 5th place, right? If I'm looking for the item in first place, I can just get that item. So instead of actually passing the instead of passing the name through this initialize, the way we're going to do it actually now is we're going to go back to the other screen, right? Screen 1, and instead of passing the name, I'm going to figure out the index of this and then pass that through. So if you notice here, list view.selection, if you go under list view, there's actually a couple ways that you can do this. So you can go selection. There's also an option here called selection index. All right, selection index is just going to say in which position was the item that you selected and then sent to the other screen. All right, and the reason this is going to work for us is because even though the item we selected is converted to a different list, right? It just says the name. Its positions are still matching up with our original list, all right? Which is going to work very well for us. So everyone, go back to your other screen, please. All right, and then here where it said list view 1.selection, switch it to selection index. All right, what this will do is it will send you to the other screen with the start value of the position of the item you selected, which is going to be way easier for us. All right. I could also show you how we could do it the other way, but it is going to be like, that would be like far more code. All right. The way I'm going to show you right now is going to be like 2 lines of code. If you wanted to look for it by the name in the other list, we'd have to do like a loop, go through every single item, right? Try to see if it matches up, which is going to be a big pain.
And honestly, the way you're showing now, this is exactly what we did when we did the website design, right? So we would take the index, save it as in the session, and then we'll just play with it in the other screen. So yeah, this is the best option right now. Okay, so everyone give us yes if you've done this step. You're okay with your backend code?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Jaden says yes. Yeah, maybe show us the thumb.
Neil says yes, Areg says yes.
All right, yeah. So once you have selection index in here, we can go back to our other screen. Not compile. There you go. More info screen. And actually, I'm going to leave this the same way it is right now. And I'm just going to give the guys, I actually suggest all of you guys to do this as well. Give this a try. Try to run this and see what happens when you click an item and go to the next screen. Oh,
it just shows a number.
It does just show a number, which is exactly what we want right now. And I will show you why.
That number is the index, right?
Yeah.
From your list. Yeah.
So yeah, like what I just said, right? So it's passing the value of not the item you selected, but it's like position, right? So you'll notice I'm on the wrong screen right now, right? But if I go to my regular screen, if I click on the first item and I click more info, I get the number 1, right? If I go back and I click, oh, I didn't want to go back. Oh no, I disconnected. All right. If I go back and click the second one, I assume it would have said the number 2. Which is, this will be a little bit weird because we may need to play around with the indexes. Because for some
reason, do we want everyone to test it now, Tim?
Gives you a 1 instead of a 0. Yeah, guys, so give this a test. Do it a couple times. Go through, try it like with the first item in the list, try it with the last item in the list, make sure that number actually changes.
And let us know if stuff isn't working because this is a good time to fix it.
Yes.
Tim, can I just go to the designer again for this page?
Can I go to the designer?
Yeah,
For me, it's
Just the label.
black screen.
What, Jade?
For me, it's just a blank black screen.
A blank black screen.
Background black and the foreground things
yeah.
black.
Jaden, can you look at my screen for a sec?
Yep.
Okay, over here, click on your screen info and take the background color, switch it from default to like set it to white. All right.
Okay. Or I
For
can just
me,
make it
it's
black
just a
and then
blank
turn the
white
label.
Or
I'm
you
just
can
gonna
just
make
set
it
the
black.
label color to white. Yeah, that's also an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asya, what'd you say?
For me, it's just a blank white screen.
It's just a blank white. Okay, that's a different problem. Can you make sure you're on screen? Okay, Asya, go and manually change it to screen 1 here. And then make sure you're going from there to the other screen.
Okay,
Right? Because if you're not doing that, did it work now?
It's a, yeah, I think so. Just as page 23 though. More info. And just give me a number. I can't even go back. Yeah, I need another
Yeah,
back.
we don't actually have a back button yet, so that makes sense.
Everyone else? Aisha, Azima, how you ladies doing? Good? Okay, good.
Okay, so I think we can probably move on.
Just go back to blocks.
I'm actually kind of...
Tim,
yeah, Adil?
see blocks again quickly.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I'm not actually sure if MIT App Inventor lists start at index 0 or 1. But I guess we'll find out in a second. So now what we're going to do is...
You guys understand that's what Tim just said? Normally, in normal coding languages, like in the world of coding, all your lists start with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So if you want to grab the 6th item in the list,
the number changes.
Yeah, so So that's what Tim said. We're going to test now how MIT App Inventor does that. Yeah, whether they
Yeah,
tell
all
us.
right.
I have a problem. Each time I add something to the list, it's not a list. It just replaces the first item. Like if I wrote Nutella, then I add another item to the list, it would just say the Nutella would be replaced with cheese.
Setting
Oh,
to
do
the
you by any
default.
chance have like a little thing somewhere in your code that's clearing your tag?
No. But if it even cleared my tag, my total price is still the Nutella plus the cheese.
Is it replacing the first
Okay,
item?
all right. Can you share your screen?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what this if statement here is sitting, so we're just gonna ignore that.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Also, I'm gonna request control so I can just kind of poke around for a second. Okay. Where do you update the price? Oh, do you update it inside here? Okay, yeah, you do. Okay, that's nice. Interesting.
I can't scroll up or down.
Wait. Okay, wait, no, that's right. Okay. Take a look at your add item screen. Wait, so you're saying when you add stuff, it doesn't add?
Yeah. Oh wait, that's me.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a glitch or it's on purpose.
I don't know. Can I try connecting? Let me disconnect you for a sec.
Okay. I don't know if it's because of my phone or.
Anyone else has a problem? You guys all see the index number when you test it?
For me, I saw it, but it's a list. My only problem is like the listing because I can.
You moved on, right?
Okay, yeah, I get that problem too. So I don't actually know what's going on here. Oh, here.
What was it doing?
Every single time it was adding a new item to the list, it was clearing the entire list. So that was inside.
Oh, that's the thing you mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, all right, it works now.
Okay.
So that's exactly like Tim suspected, right? You were clearing the list. Yeah?
Okay.
Before adding the item. Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. So now we have a number that is telling us where inside of the list we should be looking to find the item that we're looking for. All right. But instead of doing it this way, what we're going to do now is we are basically going to, instead of set label 1.text to get start value, let's replace this part with, actually, let's just do a little bit of a different thing. So we're going to pull this out, and then inside the initialize part, all we're going to do is we're going to write out this get value. All right. Under get value for tag, we're going to put our shopping list. Actually, I want to make sure I spell it the same way I did here because I don't remember how I did it. That's not good. That's really dumb. Okay. All right, and the value, if not there, I'm just going to put create empty list. Okay. So what this is doing is it's just going to retrieve the master list for us. Okay, and then after we want to do the thing that happens like when the value is gone, right? So when get value, all right, we're going to do some stuff in here. All right, is everyone good with this step?
Yep.
No, not yet? Okay, I will give you a sec. Let me zoom.
No, I'm good.
All right. Is everybody caught up?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, so when we get the value in here, this is gonna run as soon as we have all the information we need, right? So in here, I'm going to make it just so that we set our label to be equal to something from this list with a certain star value. All right, we are once again going to, just like we did over here with this like big if statement saying if tag is equal to shopping list, we're gonna do that just to one more time. That's just more of like a safety thing, all right, just in case. Because for instance, on my key, my token, I have two apps, right? So like that chat app we made last time is working on my same Cloud DB token, all right? So there is a chance, right, that somebody may be using like the chat app and all of a sudden that's triggering this got value to go off, right? And we don't want this to go off. We only want it to go off if we have this in here and if get tag is equal to shopping list. Okay, and then everything else that we want to do when that happens is going to go inside here. So I'm going to set my label 1 text 2, and then here is where I'm going to put my fancy logic. All right, can I actually do this? Okay, I can do that. That's nice. All right, so over here, the next part I want here, for now, I'm just going to try to get the entire object, right? So I'm gonna try to get that entire dictionary that we created for that specific object. So if I got cheese, right, or at index 3, I like, for instance, if I clicked on the first item in the list last time, right, and I came to this screen, this is going to be equal to 1. So I want to get the first item in my master list. All right, and that's going to give me all of the information I need: name, store, and price. Okay, so let's go to Cloud DB here. Oh, actually, this isn't going to be Cloud DB anymore, right? Because once we get value, once we have this get value thing, the entire list that we got is going to be under value. All right, so now we're just going to go under lists and we're going to say select list item. All right, this one right here, because this is going to offer us the list that we want, which is called value, and an index that we want. And the index is going to be my start value. All right, now here is going to give me an opportunity to test something, okay, to see if the list index that I get from my list view is going to translate properly over to this one. All right, but when I run this, basically what should happen is it should now give me like the full blurb, right, with the curly brackets and saying name, cheese, price, this, store, this. All right, so I'm going to connect. I'll move this over to the side though so you can still keep coding. I want to test this out here. Okay, I need to actually go to the other screen for a sec though. Okay, I'll let you guys copy this down. We'll test it in a sec, okay?
Mine doesn't work.
We have 10 minutes.
Let me actually test this. Okay, so if I'm on this screen, if I click on cookies and I click more info, I go to the other screen.
There we go. Everything loaded for me.
everything
Like-
loaded for you.
Like estimated price, item, the store.
Oh, okay, yeah. So what I actually did here, I did something wrong. So I said get value equal to shopping list. This is supposed to say get tag.
Oh.
Okay, and now I'm gonna refresh companion screen for
It shows everything, but it has all the weird brackets and
Yeah.
properties and whatever.
Yeah, so the brackets are actually supposed to be there. Let me try this one more time. Wait, I don't remember how I did this. So if I click on cookies and I go to the next screen, it gives me cookies. If I go back and I click Apple, it's gonna give me Apple. Awesome, works. So it's a little dumb that MIT App Inventor lists start at 1, but I guess that's fine for you guys and convenient in this application because now I don't have to change anything. Very nice. Okay,
This
so
is
you guys see,
awesome. Yeah.
we select an item, and even though the only thing we passed to this app is just a number, right? We managed to get all the information about that number, and this completely skips the error of us having multiple items with the same name, right? Because we can have like 5 different cheeses, but we can only have one item in each position. We can't have 2 cheeses in the same position, right? They have to be like one in first place, one in second place. They can't all be in first place. All right. Okay, so we have a couple minutes left. If anyone's doesn't work, we can debug this. If not, we're gonna the next part I'm gonna show you guys isn't actually all too complicated, so we can get that over relatively.
I suggest we go person by person and actually see if it works, because we only have literally 5 minutes left.
Yeah, there's not much we need to do though.
Yeah.
Like the next part's quite short.
Okay, so Asa, did yours work?
I'm just about to test it.
Yeah, go ahead, test it. Everyone test your code.
Yeah.
Tim, and they're supposed to see the brackets and everything and index, right?
Yeah. No, not index. It's supposed to be like in brackets. It's supposed to say like name, Apple, price, 20, store, Walmart.
Right. So it's basically the object from the list that it pulled based on the index that you passed to the session, right? To another screen.
I have a runtime error.
You have a runtime error?
Yeah.
Tim, are we gonna add a delete button?
Probably not today, but at some point we will. Yes, Areg? Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait, does, since we have we checked if the tag's the shopping list, then can we do get value for key item and dictionary get tag?
Get value for key item. Yeah, okay, so one thing. Once you have this got value thing, you say if tag, this value right here is the list. All right, so if you ever want to do anything with the list, you use this value here. Okay. So if you wanted to only print out the name, what you would have to do is you could use a dictionary thing like this, and you could say something like get value for key in dictionary. The dictionary is this, and then the key would be this, and then it'd be like name, like that. Okay, so if I were to refresh my companion screen now, I just get Apple. All right, so it'll take a specific element from that list.
Wait, what?
Okay, so let me try to break this down real quick. So basically, how the Cloud DB works is you can't actually like extract a value from the list directly. How it works is you call a get value, and then when it gets the value, it'll run whatever code you have in here. All right. So the value it got is this, and the tag it got is this. Okay. So it's just checking here underneath this tag. If the tag is equal to shopping list, then run all this code. Value in this situation is that full list of every single item that we have. This value right here is that full list of every shopping list item. All right. Then when we do this select item list index, this entire chunk of code becomes the specific element that you selected, right? And then you can do whatever you want with this chunk. It's a little weird, but I'm gonna
It's 12:52. Can we go and actually see what was wrong in ISIS code and everyone
Yeah,
else?
Asia, do you want to show? Asia, was something wrong?
Want
in
to
the code?
share your screen, honey?
Okay. There's a runtime error on, or runtime.
Okay, can you dismiss and let me take a look?
Well, it did pull the items, so that's a good news.
Okay, so um, is there anything different? It looks the same. No.
Can you show your screen again, Tim?
No, yeah, that's exactly the same.
Yep.
So Arag actually says he got the same error. So
Oh, I don't think that's the same error because
okay, wait.
when I looked at it, it's a bit different at the start. But
Okay, wait,
Yeah,
Asia, can you
different
accept
because we have
remote
different
control?
items. Oh. It should be different because we have different items.
Yeah. Let me refresh this and see if we get that error again.
At the meantime, everyone else, please test your code and give us any indication if your code isn't working or not.
Yep, it happened again.
Oh, okay, so what may be the problem?
Something's wrong with select list item.
Okay, wait,
There's a
Asia,
problem.
Asia. Okay, let's start from this screen. Go to this screen. Now, can you click on one of the, can you see it on your screen, on your phone?
Yep.
Okay, can you click on one of the items and click the more info button?
Factors. More info. Name, crackers, price, $3.
Okay, so now it works. So basically the problem is you can't open this screen without going through the other screen. Okay, so it's not that you actually have anything wrong. It's just you were trying to open this screen without a start value, which breaks things.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, Alright, check if you have the same problem. Try to actually open screen 1 and go from screen 1 to the more info screen.
Yeah, because
no,
we
I tried that.
Okay, in that case, share your screen and I'll take a look.
I said, did that make sense?
Let me
Because
just try it
we're
again.
grabbing the index from the other screen. You have to go from there, right? Otherwise, you're coming there without any index and it doesn't know which item to select from the list. Yeah?
Wait, it says, okay, so mine doesn't work because I did a dictionary way and it doesn't work because it just says text for label 1.
You know what's happening too? Like,
Alright, can you share your screen?
it's doing the code that I already deleted. I already deleted out
Oh,
of
it's possible you may not just, you have to just reconnect your phone. Can you share your
Yeah,
screen?
I tried.
Did Jaden export his code and send at the meantime?
Yeah, I tried doing that again. Yeah, I refreshed my screen, my
Alright, can you
companion
share your
without
screen
the
so I
code.
can see it?
Jaden, and you at the meantime, export your code and send it again.
Okay.
Okay?
Emily, can you put your email in the chat so Jaden can just send it directly to you?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
The junior
Okay.
tech one,
So
Emily, so I can also look at it.
yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I
It's
have
because
access
you're
to
missing
that.
like a big chunk.
I'll just forward it to you after.
Okay.
Can you accept the remote control? Okay. So right now, this get value is a list of dictionaries. You can't look through it as if it was a dictionary. So what you need to do is you need to use this list thing, and you need to actually select item from the list at index, right? The list is the get value. The index is your start value. Okay. This tag probably shouldn't be floating around here. And I guess you have a back button, which is nice.
But also, what's happening is like it was, for some reason in value if tag not there. I don't know, probably a few minutes ago when there wasn't create an empty list, I put an error in the text. Like I just said error, but it's playing that again. Shouldn't it
I'm not sure.
create?
Can you refresh this screen or can you just take a
Okay,
look at
yeah.
this one?
Now it says the name, but yeah, I don't know why it was like saying the code.
Okay, so it's 12:57. If your program guys worked, I will see you next class and we'll continue next Saturday. Yes, but if you need debugging, Jaden, we'll start with your code next class, okay? It will give us some chance to look at it before the class, okay? And we'll just fix Eric's problem really fast and we'll call it a day.
Jaden, can you still send me your code though?
Huh?
Jaden, can you send the code to the email in the chat? Or to Tim?
I did.
Send it to us. Okay, I just haven't gotten it yet. All right.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it and we'll start with your code first thing next class, okay, Jaden?
Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice.
All right.